Hey everyone, it's Coach Jeremy here with you to go over a lesson that focuses on striking a moving object with your hand. Striking a moving object is something you would do in badminton, tennis, baseball, softball, volleyball. Hand-eye coordination is critical as well, so this gives you an opportunity to really practice the hand-eye coordination using your eyes and your hands to successfully perform a skill. For the activity today, the first thing before we start is make sure you have enough space where you can perform this safely. Safety is the most important thing, so make sure you have space around you, preferably outside, that you can do the activity safely. The equipment needed for today, ideally, would be a racket, a badminton racket, and a birdie. If you don't have that, you could use a tennis racket to strike. Some students have used plastic or paper plates, holding it onto the edge to use to strike the ball. If you don't have a birdie, other options would be a balloon. If you have a balloon at home, you can also take a piece of paper, wad that up. Even using a sock ball, if it's small and light enough, to help stay in the air. Remember, the lighter the object that you're hitting or striking, the longer it's going to stay in the air. The longer it's in the air, the more time it's going to give you to move your feet, move your body to get to the object so you can strike it again. I'm going to go over the proper hold for the birdie. First thing, when you're holding onto the birdie, you put the birdie in your non-dominant hand. So whichever hand you don't right, you can throw it. That is the hand that the birdie goes into. And you're simply going to pinch the birdie with your pointer finger and your thumb. So the correct way to hold on to that birdie, pinch it, and keeping your hands or your fingers closest to your body. Now, when we hold on to the racket, I like to call it the handshake grip. Okay? Basically, if I was to put my hand out to shake your hand, the racket goes straight on top. Okay? So you're out here to shake the hand, place that racket right there, so it should look like this. Notice that I'm looking at the side of the racket. If I hold on to the racket with that handshake grip and I'm looking through the racket like I am right now, that means I'm holding onto it incorrectly. So make sure when you go for that handshake grip, you turn that racket sideways so when your hand's out in front of you, you are staring at the side of the racket. The fourth thing we're going to do today is just self-taps. You don't need anybody to do the activity. We're going to do a forward self-tap, or forehand self-tap with our palm of our hand facing the ceiling. We're going to do a backhand where the back of our hand is facing the ceiling. Then we're going to go alternating. We're going to tap it with our forehand. When the birdie's in the air, we're going to rotate into the backhand. So forehand to backhand. And then we will finish with the underhand serve for accuracy. Now for that part of it, ideally you would need multiple objects to strike. So I have quite a few birdies for me that I can use. And then my target for that activity, I have a hula hoop. You can use anything. It could be a pillow that you're going to try to do the underhand serve and hit. It could be a box that you use to make out of tape. It can really be anything for that. Now for the self-taps, or for the activity I should say, each one you're going to do for 20 seconds. So you'll practice it for 20 seconds and then you'll get a 20-second rest. So the forehand tap, 20 seconds on, we'll rest for 20 seconds, and then go into the backhand for 20 seconds, and then we'll continue to do that. We're going to do 3 rounds total today. All right, so the forehand would be just like this. I'm going to pinch that birdie, holding onto the racket correctly with that handshake grip. And I'm not going to toss the birdie up. I'm simply going to let go. So I'm pitching it. I'm just going to let go of the birdie as it drops straight down. I'm going to tap it. If you try to swing, it's going to make it even harder for you to make contact with the birdie. So you're just simply going to drop the birdie down, keeping your eyes on the birdie. This would be the forehand tap. Watch the birdie or the object make contact with the racket. So that would be the forehand. The backhand is the same thing, except for I'm going to take my hand and rotate so my knuckles or the back part of my hand is facing the ceiling. So the backhand, I'm pinching it, I'm going to drop it, and then I'm just going to tap it up with the back part, backhand self-taps. Now, if you've been here at Phillips Simmons for the last few years, you know anytime we do these, I call them self-taps because you're simply tapping the birdie by yourself. You don't need anybody else to participate in the activity. So we have the first one was the forehand, the second one was the backhand. Now the third one is going to be the same. You're going to tap it with the forehand. When the birdie's in the air, you're going to rotate that hand over and go into a backhand. So it's going to look like this. Forehand, backhand, forehand, backhand, and so forth. So you got the forehand into the backhand. And then the last one, you've got the hula hoop, or I've got a hula hoop, whatever your target is. Remember, it can be anything. You're just going to place that on the ground, grab your birdies, or whatever it is that you're using to strike, and take a few steps back from the target. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to take 5 big steps and see how I do. And for the 20 seconds, you're simply just going to drop the birdie and try to tap the birdie into and have it land inside your target. So notice I'm not swinging, I'm simply tapping with the racket as I strike the birdie. Okay, so the fourth one is going to be trying to tap it into the target. If you only have one object that you can strike, set up 2 targets. So you could have one target down there, and then I can do a self-tap. After I tap it, I'm just going to come pick that target up, and then turn around, and then do the underhand serve back to the second target that may be behind me. That way, you can get more repetitions during that 20 seconds. If you want even more, then after the 20 seconds is over, during that 20-second rest period, you can continue practicing that underhand serve. That will also get you a few more reps. So 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off for each of these activities. We're going to go 3 rounds total. Let's go ahead, get your equipment, and let's get started. We're going to start round number 1, forehand self-taps. Go! Remember, drop, keep your eyes on the birdie, or whatever it is that you're using to make contact with. Watch your eyes all the way, making contact with the racket. Good. 3, 2, and 20 seconds off. So we just did the forehand. Now we're going to turn our hand over and go into the backhand. The backhand is going to be a little bit more difficult, so just do the best that you can. Remember not to toss the birdie, just simply let go and drop it. So here we go. In 3, 2, go. Backhand, self, taps. Okay, remember if you swing the racket, it's going to make it harder. We're just tapping it, focusing on using our eyes and our hands. And stop. Good job. I'm trying to tap this birdie in the air and see that, watch the timer, so it's a little bit more difficult. This time, the third one, forehand tap. When the birdie's in the air, we're going to rotate that wrist over into a backhand. So forehand into a backhand tap. Here we go. 3, 2, and go. Forehand, backhand. Forehand tap into a backhand tap. Try to get this birdie back here on the screen. Good job. Forehand, backhand, forehand, and 3, 2, 20. Good job. The last one, the fourth one, remember we've got our target. I got the hula hoop. You're just going to take some steps away, and you're going to do the underhand serve. Try to get the birdie to land inside or hit the target. Here we go. And begin. Just like go. Small tap. Try to get that birdie to go inside the target. 10 more seconds. Good. Drop. And let go. And tap. And stop. All right, hey, round 1's done. Grab a quick drink of water, gather your equipment, and let's go ahead and begin round number 2. So remember, back to the top, we're going to that forehand self-taps. Keep your eyes on the birdie. Remember, do not swing the racket, we're just tapping the racket. Pinch the birdie, let go. So forehand taps in 3, 2, and go. Nice and easy. Another common mistake that students make, they squeeze that racket extremely hard. Nice loose grip, On the racket, make sure you're not squeezing it too tight. Tap it up in 3, 2, and 20 seconds off. So we just finished with the forehand self-taps. Now we're doing the backhand. So we're going to rotate that wrist over and do the self-taps with our knuckles pointing up to the ceiling. Remember, if the birdie hits the floor, it's fine. Pick it back up and just start back over. Here we go. Ready? And go. Backhand, self-taps. Backhand, for most of us, is going to be a little bit more difficult than the forehand. That is typical or normal. And 3, 2, and 20 seconds off. Good job. We're going right back to the forehand into the backhand. So tap it up with the forehand, reverse it with the backhand. Remember, check that grip, handshake grip. You should be looking at the side of the racket. So here we go. 3, 2, go. Forehand, backhand, forehand, backhand. You can tell sometimes when it hits the edge of the racket, it makes a different sound than when it's hitting the middle of the racket. So forehand, backhand, keep it up in 3, 2, and 20. Good. We're going right back to the underhand serve. You got your target. Grab my birdies. I'm going to step back and see if I can get the birdie to land inside my target. So here we go. 3, 2, go. Drop. Try to tap, get that birdie to land. Nice and easy. If you watch my fingers, I'm just letting go of the birdie and trying to tap. And 3, 2, and done. Hey, great job. We've done 2 rounds so far. We'll go right back to the top. Got forehand self-taps and finishing with round number 3. So let's go ahead and get started. Beginning round number 3, the forehand self-taps. Palm facing the ceiling, gently tap the birdie. Ready, and go. Nice and easy. Birdie goes up. You got to quickly move your feet. Watch. Get all the way in to the racket. Notice I'm not swinging. I'm just tapping. In 3, 2, time. Good. Forehand self-taps done. We're moving into the backhand self-taps. This time we're just rotating. Knuckles are pointing to the ceiling, and we're just tapping gently. We're not swinging. Just a general tap up in the air. Here we go. 3, 2, go. Nice and easy. The focus is not to hit the birdie high. We are focusing on using our eyes and our hands to tap the birdie. Hand-eye coordination. Keep it up. Here we go in 3, 2, and time. We've got 2 more to go. We're going alternating. So you can do a forehand tap, and then when the birdie's in the air, rotate and do a backhand tap. So forehand into a backhand tap, and then we'll finish with the underhand serve and the underhand tap. So here we go in 3, 2, go. Forehand, backhand. Nice and easy. Let the racket do the work. Not swinging, just gently tapping, focusing on hand and eye coordination. And stop. Good job. Last 20 seconds here in round number 3. I'm going to go ahead and grab my birdies. We're doing an underhand serve, underhand tap. Trying to get the birdie to hit inside your target, whatever your target may be. So here we go. In 3, 2, go. Drop and tap. You're just letting go. You're pinching the birdie and just pull your fingers apart and tap the birdie with the racket. Good. In 3, 2, and time. Hey everyone, great job. This was a pretty quick practice round, so if you want to continue practicing, grab your birdie or grab your birdies and continue on. The only way you're going to get better at any skill is to practice it, but practice it the correct way. If there's something that's more difficult, it's frustrating for you, practice and spend some time on that. You've got the forehand, the backhand, you can alternate, you can practice the underhand serve. There are many different things that you can do. You can also put the racket in your non-dominant hand and practice doing the same thing, which is going to make it even more challenging for you. But again, the focus of the activity is to get your eyes and your hands to work together so that you can successfully perform skills in which you are striking a moving object, such as a birdie in badminton, or a tennis ball, a baseball, softball, or even a hockey puck. I hope you have a great day. I look forward to seeing you in class.